Hey, it's Alex Gray, and welcome to my scuba diving video. Enjoy! Hey vlog, I am off rushing out of the house actually. I'm meeting my dad to get our scuba gear, and I'm so excited about it. I have no idea what to expect. I mean, like, I can expect to get scuba gear, but you know, I don't know. I just don't know anything about scuba diving, and I have to fucking get gas, and the guy's leaving the shop open a little longer than normal, and I feel really bad if I show up like too late, so I'm rushing right now because I have less than 30 miles of gas, so I have to get gas. Otherwise, that could be a situation if I stop at the fucking road. I don't want that to happen, and I know my dad doesn't want that to happen. I just hope he isn't mad at me if I'm a little late. But yeah, I'll update when I get there, and after I try on my gear, I'm so excited to try it on. I'm sure it'll be a fucking pain in the ass to put on, but I'm super excited to try it on. I think I'm at the right place, but I don't see my dad's car anywhere, so I'm really fucking confused. But this looks like the place, so I guess we'll go. So I was at the right place. I just forgot that my dad got dropped off by his girlfriend. That's why the car wasn't there. So here's me getting my flippers, which was really exciting. The dive shop was so cute. I love the vibe. Here's me trying on my skin, and you know, I look stoked. It was pretty tight, but you know what? It was cute, so it was fine. And there's our dive bags, which has your flippers, your skin, your mask, your snorkel, and then like whatever else later on you need. This training just said the funniest thing ever. They're like, while none of us will probably ever be an astronaut, you can explore, I don't remember exactly what it said, but like the creatures that are underwater. And I'm like, thank you for humbling me that I will never be an astronaut. I really appreciate that. It has been 2 hours since I started, and I've only finished 2 sections, and there's 6 on this one module, and there's like another module I have to do that's also 6 sections. So I'm doing my best to do what I can before I have to leave for school. So I'm gonna do my best and finish it, and then I have to take the enriched air nitrox one, or that's what my dad told me to take, I think, even though it says level 2. I don't know. Oh, you know, I don't know if I needed to do that. I better ask my dad, because I actually don't know. I don't know. Okay, hi vlog. So last night I did in fact finish all my online trainings, which took probably a total of like 5.5 hours. I didn't record me doing any of that because I didn't think it'd be very interesting. You would have just been watching me sit at the computer, and it wasn't like overly hard, so it wasn't like funny. I wasn't like struggling. It just took a long time. I was like really looking forward to this whole diving thing this whole time since my dad's brought it up. I'm like, this can be so cool. I'm like so excited to be certified and whatever. And then watching all this training gave me a lot of anxiety because so much can go wrong. Like, you have to know so much, and you just have to be focusing on a lot of different things. Like, luckily for today, we're just practicing in a pool, and I'm assuming we're putting all our gear on and getting used to wearing all the equipment, like using the equipment. I don't really know what to expect from it, so that'll be interesting. But the nice thing is my dad was able to get it where it's private, where it's just me, him, and his girlfriend. So I'll have a lot more time with like the person we're working with, and hopefully get the hang of it quicker than I would if it was like 15 other people in that class. So I'm hoping, since he's kind of on the sidelines, maybe he'll record with my camera. He also bought a GoPro, and I don't know if it'd be silly to have it strapped to me for class. I wouldn't feel so bad since it's just like a private class and it's not like with like strangers. I'll definitely strap the GoPro on for the actual like dive. We're just practicing tonight in a pool, and I think we need to bring like our own swimsuit or something. And all I have are really skimpy bikinis, and you know, I love them. Love those bikinis. But I feel a little awkward wearing that to scuba practice in front of my father and his girlfriend and our male instructor. Not that he would do anything wrong. Like, I trust whoever it's gonna be, but just like, that's probably too much, you know? And I don't need my vagina like falling out or like my nipple popping out, you know, while I'm trying to learn all this stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can find maybe like a one piece that I can wear, which I normally do not wear, but honestly it might just be good to have one, like, regardless, just if I ever want to use one in the future. Here it is. It looks so stupid. Honestly, I don't love it, but I mean, it's not the worst thing. I'm just gonna stand here and keep stretching it till it's time to go. So there's that. So here's us with our gear getting ready to go to training, which was pretty exciting. I was not in the best mood because I was just really pissy and on my period. Anyway, so we're back at the dive shop, as I literally just showed you a couple minutes ago. Here we are in class. We're going over everything we need to know. Here's me paying attention and being a wonderful student. I was getting pretty like antsy, but it was nice. I was glad we got to go to class, you know, whatever. We were just learning basically everything that the online modules told us, but just being reminded again. And we were taught just what we needed to know before we went to practice at the pool. And here is me with my BC vest on, so fashionable and cute. So then we learned how to attach the BC vest to the tank, and we also learned how to attach the receptor, which gives you the ability to breathe and check the amount of air in the tank. And then at that point, we left to go to the pool, and I was just kind of like upset because I was really overwhelmed with all the information, and learning is hard for me. I get really upset. I always hate doing things wrong, so I was feeling a little emotional. So here we are at this little area I've never been to before. Here's all our gear again. There's me. You can tell I'm just like a little wrecked. I'm a little upset, but you know, it's okay. It's okay, girl. We made it through. And here's me putting on my skin. I had just a swimsuit underneath. I went through all that trouble for literally no reason to just wear my normal swimsuit anyway. I don't know why I got so hung up on the idea that like I needed to have the correct suit on, but it doesn't matter now. Here's my teacher, Brandon. He's helping me get the back zipped up and like the Velcro on. And here's me getting my BC vest ready, getting my flippers out, and yeah, just getting ready to go in the pool. So after we went to practice, I don't know why I don't have any footage of that, but I don't. To sum it up, the practice went well. I did good with my skills, and I felt really comfortable in the gear that I had on and felt comfortable being able to do the skills in the mine like later on that week. Our instructor said overall we did a really good job and we didn't have to come back the next morning, which was so nice because I did not feel like coming back out the next morning. So I was thankful that I got the hang of it and did fine and was ready for Friday night. I will say it was also really weird wearing the gear in a pool. Like obviously I knew that like I had to practice. Like I don't want to practice like in the mine like first thing, but it was just kind of weird. There wasn't like anywhere to go, you know, and it was hard to practice equalizing because that's like super important. You can like really fuck up your eardrums if you don't fucking equalize properly, and that shit scares me. So there wasn't a good chance to practice that, but it's like not a big deal. Whatever. Okay, so here's the thing. It is 1:46, and my dad says we're gonna leave for the mine at literally 3 o'clock. And safe to say that I'm not ready to leave at all, and I still have to run by the pharmacy for my dad. And I still have to go pack my dive bag. Yeah, so I have a lot to do, and I thought it'd be more fun, and I'd be more motivated if I filmed it. So I'm already dressed, I think, with what I'm gonna wear down there, because it's a hefty car ride. It's a long car ride. It's not close. I'm making sure I have everything like prepared and ready to go. Okay, so here is what I have for later. I'm gonna put my hair in this little tank top to wear with these, you know, bra. And these are the pros I'm gonna wear under my dive suit. And I'm gonna wear that zip up because I figured it'd be easier to wear a zip up rather than like a sweatshirt, because at least I can put it on and off on the way up there and then on the way home. So, oh, and never mind. Okay, I got really worried because I was like, oh god, I don't know which of like the little booties are mine, but I'm pretty sure my dad labeled them because, holy fuck, what the fuck? Dude, this motherfucker in like a little shitty like sports car, all of a sudden he comes barreling through with his dog's like head sticking out the window, and he just looks at me like, dude, what? If I would have went and like taken my turn, like if he was like a second out of my sight and I went, dude, he would have hit me. Them off, and he just looked so oblivious. Like, dude, there was a stop sign there. What is wrong with people? So here I am. There's my dive bag. I didn't get very good footage of it. Sorry about that, but it's got my fins and mask and snorkel. That was me talking, so we're packing up the car. And there we are on our way there. Fucking an hour and a half because of traffic. There's me with the thumbs up, you know. There's me playing Animal Crossing. And then here we are. This is when we arrived down in Bonne Terre to the mine. I literally missed getting the sign on video, so I have a picture of it. There it is. Bonne Terre, woohoo. Gonna make this quick because my dad and his girlfriend Dad and Jenny just went into the Casey's to get a coffee. And I'm a coffee hater, so no coffee for me. We pretty much made it. Super excited. I'm looking forward to this a ton. I noticed this earlier. I missed my Be Real, so we're gonna be real together. There you go. Now you're in the Be Real for today. Yeah, I'm a little tired just because I'm feeling a little crampy, and it was like an hour and a half to get here. So of course, just after sitting, you're just kind of not ready to go. But I think once I get up, because we have to like walk down super far with all our gear on, so I think that'll wake me up. I just took some medicine to hopefully not be so crampy the whole time. I'm hoping that will make it better. Also, I'm in a much better mood than I was when we were practicing on Tuesday. I was very upset. I was very hormonal, but I think today will be better. So I'll keep you updated as we keep going. All these people are getting pizza. It looks so good, but I cannot imagine eating a slice of pizza and then diving deep down in the water. That sounds like a horrid combination. So here we are at the actual mine. At this point, I was getting a little, not freaked out, but I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to fucking go underground, like through that mine entrance. Yeah, that kind of scared me, thinking about being under the earth. So there's the shop. This is where we took like our final test and we got our wetsuits on. So here's the locker room. It is cute. And then here's me. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, you know what? I think I was putting on my little booties because I clearly already have my wetsuit on. Or no, my skin. I have my skin on, not the wetsuit. So I was just getting that stuff ready and we were talking, I don't even know about what. There's me in my wetsuit. I look happy, but I kind of wanted to kill myself because that thing was obnoxiously tight. And then here we are in the mine. So cute. So we just finished our dives for the night, which was really exciting. I'm so tired. It's like 12:30. I still have to take a shower. I have to wash my hair, so I have to stay up and let it dry. And I also ordered some McDonald's, so that's super exciting. It was really cool. It was really fun. I had a bit of a panic, and I'll talk about that later. But I'm gonna take a shower. Peace. So, as I mentioned, I don't have any fucking footage from the mine, which is fine. I'm mad about it, but there's nothing I can do about it now. If anything, maybe it's okay that you guys didn't see that because I had a full-blown fucking panic attack before we even got in the water. I need you guys to understand how much gear like I actually had on. For those of you who have never dived, never seen a diver, like, here's the thing. I'm gonna show you in the best way I can like how many layers I had on. So first of all, I had the skin, and then I had a 2-piece wetsuit over top, and then on top of that I had a weight belt, and it's just such a dingy little, like, I can't even explain it. You can kind of see it. And then the BC vest, which I liked the ones we used at the pool better because they had like weight pockets in them, so they just went in the vest. I hate these belts, so I think my dad said we're gonna get the vest that have the pockets, which is so much better. I fucking hated that weight belt. And then obviously you have to have an air tank. Now, a side note, obviously your tank would not stick out like that. You wouldn't even see it. Like, it's straight up like behind you, of course. But for the purpose of me being able to like have you understand all the stuff I had on, that's what we're going with. And then you have the regulator, which has your 2 mouthpieces so you can breathe. It has an air gauge, and then it has a line for your inflator so you can inflate your BC vest. So that's how you like float and how you sink. And then, you know, there's my flippers, and then a hood to keep my head warm. And then to top it all off, a mask. So you can see that there's a lot of different components to this, and I feel like even looking at it, it doesn't look that bad. But I have never felt so claustrophobic in my entire life. I wasn't expecting it, I guess. And another thing is like the wetsuit, the 2-piece, and the BC vest were like a little too small for me. So that already like made it so much worse. So I was pretty much almost ready. I had everything on except for my mask, and I legit like couldn't put it on because my arms were like this, like a penguin. So I could like barely like get my mask on. So of course I was panicking because I was like, oh my God, I can't even get my mask on. Like, how am I supposed to do my skill where I flood the mask, which I'll explain that in a little bit. I was like, how the fuck am I gonna do that if I can't move my arms? So like that was freaking me out, and then just being so tight, like I felt like I couldn't breathe. So I'm just like I'm freaking the fuck out. And you know, it's time to go get in the water, so I'm just like making my merry way there, like freaking out, like tears in my mask. And it's time to get in the water, and so of course I make Jenny go in first before me because I was just not ready to get in. I was like, I needed to see her do it first, and then I would feel a little better about it. So I waddled on up there in my flippers, and I'll show you a picture of how there's a few different ways you can jump into the water. You can do like a front flip, you can do it on your back, you can step in, and I don't know if there's another one. I think that might be it. But they wanted us to do where you like take a big step in, and I was not able to do this at the pool, and I couldn't do it this time either. Like, the front part of my flipper, like, I wouldn't like step into the water. It would like catch the water, and then like, I mean, I still got in the water fine. It didn't matter, but you know, I fucked that up. And then I got in the water and I was still freaking out, of course. I couldn't keep my body up. It was just like a whole thing. So finally I fucking calmed down. Thank God, because I thought I was going to have to get out of the water, but I knew I had to push through and do it. Like, I was already here. I had all this stuff on. Like, what would be the point of getting out if I didn't at least try? So I'm glad I pushed myself, because then I was fine. I did all my skills, no problem. Oh, not to mention, by the way, the water's fucking freezing. Like, by the end of the night, my fingers hurt so bad. Like, my joints, they like hurt. Like, when I do this, like bend my fingers, it would hurt so bad. Like, even the next day, they were like sore. It was so cold. So on to doing the skills. So one thing that was really bothering me is I couldn't make myself sink. So how you're supposed to do that, you inflate your vest when you get into the water so you can float. And then you push the button on it, and then it gets rid of all the air, and then you're supposed to be able to sink down. And me and Jenny just could not do it. I don't know why. I think it just takes experience, but we were getting so frustrated because we couldn't sink. And luckily they have these like inner tubes set up with these ropes attached to the bottom, so you can kind of like, you grab them as you go down to help get down in the water. I don't know a better way to say that. Once you go a little farther down and the pressure changes, then it's a lot easier, but like getting down there, I just like couldn't do it. It was making me so mad. Otherwise, we went through all our skills, and I felt really good about them, and the instructor said I did good. Another skill is flooding your mask. So sometimes your mask will get filled with water, and you have to be able to like drain it and then put it back on. Anyway, you're breathing out your nose, and then tilt your mask, and then I don't know the physics behind it, but the water gets out. So I did that fine. Back to the mask flooding. So I had a near-death experience, and that is not a joke. That is not me being dramatic. That is the truth. I was waiting kind of on the sideline watching Jenny and our instructor do a skills test with her, and I was just sitting waiting, and some water got in my mask. I was like, okay, I gotta clear this. And I got my mask up, and like I had so much trouble somehow like getting it back down. So I'm sitting there just like blowing out my nose, and like I was really starting to panic. So I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna drown right now, and like this is the fucking end. Like that's fine. I guess I lived enough. But luckily I remained calm, as they tell you to do. Remain calm and like think through it. So thank God I just calmed down, and then luckily I was able to get the water out and get my mask on. But I kind of sat there like very still and just no thoughts in my head, just like, oh my god, that was fucking scary. So after that, it was fine. So the worst part was by the end, having to go to the bathroom. I don't care if I piss like in my skin, but the wetsuit was a rental, and I didn't want to pee in that. So I had to wait till we got up out of the mine, and that was just a struggle because you saw all of the layers that I had on. So I had to take a bunch of them off, and the weight belts and the weights like stayed down there, and the air tank stayed down there. Pack up my bag with my flippers and my mask, and then me and Jenny like just booked it to go back up, and it like felt like it took forever because our bags, were so heavy. Like going down is one thing, but going up stairs, so that was terrible. Just walking up with all that stuff, I had to take so many stops, and I just thought I was gonna pee my pants. So finally we get back up, and of course like the next struggle is taking all this shit off, because of course now that we're all wet, it's like glued to you. So it took us forever. I was like pulling on her leg to get hers off, and eventually they come off, and I have the best pee of my whole life. And then we get changed, and then after that we went home. So overall, even though I thought I was going to die from my panic attack and from my mask flooding, I had a really good time. I wasn't sure how much I'd like it or not, but obviously I figured I'd give it a shot, especially because my dad like really loves to dive. That was something like he was really passionate about, and it's really fun to see him getting back into it and getting super excited that like we're getting into it. Despite the water being unbearably cold, the mine was beautiful, and it was a really cool experience to see all the stuff under there. I don't know if I've ever even been in a cave before, and if I have, it's been a long time, which, side note, that stressed me out a little bit because like being underground freaks me out because I feel like I'm gonna get trapped and then die. But I didn't get trapped and die. I'm here now, obviously. I just had to get past all that stuff. Otherwise, it was pretty awesome, and I'm like super excited to get my experience up. And I'm not like super thrilled that I have to go, like that's the place to go to get my experience up, but it's the best place to go. I mean, the water's beautiful and super clear. Like I shouldn't complain. Like you know, most people don't have like probably, you know, that nice of a place to go dive at, because that's what my dad was telling me. He's like, lots of places just have like really murky water, and it's just like, it's just not as nice. So I am lucky, I know. I'm really sensitive to the cold, and I just don't like the feeling of my fingers feeling like they're gonna fall off. Overall, if it's something you think you can handle, because it is a lot, I definitely recommend it. And then I'll put where we went. I've definitely mentioned it a million times, the Bon Terre mine. Beautiful. You know, everyone, the staff was all really nice and really helpful. So that makes it better too. My biggest goal is to be able to be experienced enough to do open water diving in like actual warm water, like in the ocean, because I really want to see like the coral reefs and like swim with the fish. I just think that would be really cool. But obviously it's going to be kind of a long way before I'm ready to do that. And when I do get to that point, I will actually make sure I strap on the GoPro. Anyway, I think that's it about my scuba diving experience. If there's something I missed that you want to know, if you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will answer. I forgot in my last video, I wanted to do questions, and in my last video I forgot. I don't really have like a good one. I guess if you would ever scuba dive, where would you want to go? Like my ultimate goal, like I said, is to be able to do open water with the fish and the coral, but I don't know where like my best place would be, like the most beautiful place for that would be. So I'll have to sit on that and actually do some research. But thank you guys for watching another video. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more content from me. I appreciate and love you all very much. Thank you, and I will see you soon in another one. Bye. Listen, I don't care what anyone says. There is nothing better than after a long night getting fucking McDonald's. Got the nuggets, the fries, and the quarter pounder plain. I only like cheese. I don't like any of the other nonsense on it. And Diet Dr. Pepper, of course.